It is morning of day 3 in Madrid and day 2 at COP. Look at my pass. I have a pass. It's yellow because I'm an observer. I don't have too much to say. We just did another breakfast club. It was good. We talked about everything that we saw yesterday, which was fun. We talked a lot about island nations and how they have been very underrepresented in the past. But this year, at least we've been paying attention to them. Hopefully, they get some more business and they get to bring the oceans to the forefront of the conversation for at least a little while. If not this year, then next year, because that's what the Fiji delegate was saying to us last night when we were talking to him. So yeah, good luck to them. But that's sort of what we talked about at Breakfast Club this morning. And it's like 9:10, 9:05. Wait, I have a watch. Yeah, it's 9:07 and we're meeting downstairs at 9:15 to head over. And there's actually a metro strike today, so if we actually take the train, then it's going to take like an hour and a half as opposed to a half hour apparently. So that's interesting. But we'll figure it out. So, about to head into the COP, day 2 in the COP. After we had Breakfast Club, we headed out to COP immediately, which we ended up taking Ubers today because the metro, there's a strike happening for the next 24 hours, which um, it ended up not being a problem at night because we all took the metro back, but we took Ubers there this morning. And the first thing we sort of really did was we were just walking around and we grabbed coffee from the German booth because they have good coffee. And then we were just walking around and we ran into this event that was happening at another of the booths. And it wasn't a country's booth. I forget what booth it was, but maybe if I take a picture tomorrow, I can add that in and you can see which one it is. But basically, they were having an event with a speaker who was from Hawaii. And she was just talking about how they had nature based solutions to problems, which is one of the most exciting and cool things I've been learning about while I'm here. Nature based solutions, just indigenous knowledge is so undervalued in my opinion and experience. And I really believe that it's key to changing our relationship with the world around us and making people value the world around us more because from what I've seen, indigenous cultures just have so much more value for their land because they're just more connected to it. But after that, the next event that I went to was so I was sort of just wandering around and just going into booths when I saw people talking and having events because I think that was sort of what I wanted to do today. I just wanted to stumble into things if I thought they looked interesting. So they were talking about how they were working with local people in order to make these engineering projects that tend to fail otherwise successful. So their strategy for making that happen was they wanted to establish leaders within the community who are going to push for these sustainable initiatives and engineering projects in their community. And that way it would be a sustainable thing and not just peter out after a little while. And so they also worked with them to make sure that the projects would be feasible. So that was really cool. And then after that, I went to an event with Natalie, Megan, and Sarah where it was about journalism and this specific journalist TV station that is working on talking about climate change and bringing it to the forefront of the conversation. So they're a little station in southeast. I always have to figure it out. In southeast Spain. And they talk about climate change a lot because it affects their community a lot. They have a lot of flooding. They have a lot of severe rain events. So yeah, it was very cool hearing the journalist perspective, especially being from the US, where I think a lot of journalism, like we have 24-hour journalism, and they were talking about how their station only does 7 hours a day. So it was very cool to see the perspective and to see what journalism looks like in a different country. And then I went to an event at the World Wildlife Foundation, which was interesting. I think that it was an event about oceans, and I think I didn't particularly like that event quite as much because I think I was hearing things that I had already heard before, because I am an environmental sciences major, like I'm natural resources major, so I hear about the environmental science. And they were just sort of they were just explaining scientific reports that had come out already. So after that, I went and got food, which not important. And then after that I left. So I came back to the hotel. And so once I got back to the hotel, I showered, changed, feeling better about life after feeling clean. It's always good. But yeah, so I also did a little bit of homework, and I hung out with Natalie tonight, and we went and got dinner. That was fun. There was a gross man on the street who like followed us for a second, but we walked quickly and got away. it was I don't think he was actually a threat, but like just a fun insight into the daily life of being a girl. Haha. Anyways, so that was gross. But we're fine. We just went and ate food, and it was a good restaurant. I picked it out myself. It's the first one I picked out myself, and I was happy with it. So that's good. Yeah, so had a good night talking with friends and just getting some work done. And I think getting home early from the cop was good today. And I'm going to end this video because it is about midnight, so I need to go to sleep. Bye.